Ik kan zijn parakroken.
Holland. Going over.
in picture with all the timing charts.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome out to the second round of our single make cup. Current car we're using for this championship is the Nissan Primera P11 BTCC car. Currently following around Jevon Gunnings here, our current points leader in the series. And we're preparing to go to our official qualifying session here now. Got both drivers there losing a bit of it, but Nasseir holds on as Jevon goes back into the pits. Some really nice shots here that we've got, as we've got less than a minute remaining here in official practice session before we go live with qualifying. Currently following around Nasseir. He takes that car into the gravel trap and is gonna have to take it back into the pits here. Currently looking at Marlon Young. As he comes around the penultimate turn here, we're gonna look at Marlon as he completes a lap of Automotodrom Grobnik. That's where we're at this weekend. He's actually going to bring that over.
Yeah. Because I just heard silence a while ago. I was wondering.
Rahul Nasseir practicing his pit stop, and that's not going to work there for Rahul. And that's the end of this session. We're currently in overtime. We've just got Claus and Jevon on track right now. Jevon's going to cross the line now. Is it going to be a competitive time? I don't think so. He's probably just making sure his setup is all fine as we head into the qualifying session here. And we're getting race directions saying that
kick from ears.
Yeah, just try to get back in. Claus comes across the line now, and he does not improve. He's actually said that that was his outlap. Does he manage to get it? No, this is going to be a very tricky track here, guys, for our competitors. Yes, we're just about ready to go here. This is how we stand. After a free practice session there, we've got Marlon Young leading the charge, followed by Oswyne Wilson, Martin Webster, Christian Rajnath, Kurt Moss, Rahul Nasseir, Jevon Gunnings, Claus, Klint, and Danny Nasseir. This is not going to be a representation of what's to come in qualifying, though, as these guys are definitely not going to show their hands that early. They might have just taken the opportunity to practice their race setups. Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second week of our second month of our season 1 opener here. And we are racing at Automotodrom Grobnik. Just gonna pull up on the guys here a little bit in pit lane. They've got their very own liveries here. Well, Danny at least, Christian does not, Claus does, and Oswyne as well.
What?
So you breathe it kind of loud, everyone hearing.
Rahul is there. Martin Webster. Marlon Young here. These are not custom liveries though. They're those provided by the car in game. And Kurt Moss there closing out. This is our official pace car. That's not going to really be used here today. Oh, as qualifying gets underway, it's who's at the front there? Let's get to the edge of pit lane. It's Danny Nasseir that comes out of the pit lane ahead of Oswyne Wilson there. Followed by Marlon Young and Martin Webster. Claus, Klint. And we've got some more guys here. Rahul Nasseir, Jevon, and Kurt Moss still in the pits. To talk quickly about who's leading this championship charge. We did have a lot of guys here signed up for this championship. A lot of them not making it out today, however. We got a total of 15 registered combatants here. And obviously the thing about sim racing is sometimes you're not going to be able to make all the events, eh? That is why we at CSRO have taken the initiative to run four simultaneous championships. So everyone has an opportunity there to get in on the action. This is going to be a 25 lap race, ladies and gentlemen, with about 28 minutes left in qualifying here before we go racing. Let's head up into the action now as we got Danny Nasseir on his first timed lap here. And is seemingly going to be the first one to register a time on the charts if all goes well on this lap here. Here he comes around the penultimate turn here. To close off this lap. Still says out lap. I'm wondering if we missed him having an issue there. Yeah, he does not register that lap. As a matter of fact, now he gets going. Martin Webster though does come across the line with a 127.096, followed by Marlon Young there. Stick with Martin Webster a bit right now, but I also want to look at Oswyne Wilson here. That's his teammate Marlon Young there, Martin Webster's teammate, currently off track. Ooh, Martin having a bit of excursion here. Can he bring that car to a stop? Seems as though he's gone camping, ladies and gentlemen, Martin Webster. And he's going to have to teleport back into the pits now. Claus Klint, the Danishman, here with us today. I do believe Claus is racing from his oil platform. Yes, Claus Klint here works on an oil platform, and he actually has a rig set up out there so that he doesn't miss any of his races here down at CSRO. Some of you are wondering why is it Claus is racing here in the Caribbean. It's because he loves us, he says, and he'd have it no other way. He wanted to join a nice community. And what better than the hospitality of the Caribbean, huh? Claus taking that turn there sideways, showing that the Danes got some spice in that car. Nicely liveried, by the way. But it's Martin Webster with his 127.096. We can see that registered there on the board. He's back out now. Followed by Marlon Young, who's basically got a lot of cars there around him. Kurt Moss and Danny Nasseir getting by. He's on a slow lap there. Following Danny Nasseir, Kurt Moss as well, giving up that lap. Danny's wanted. Oh, he's trying desperately to get that car down. Stopped into that turn there. Really cannot pronounce that turn. But I'll try probably a bit later. Penultimate turn sees Danny Nasseir now, and he does register a time that is 3 seconds down. It's now 2.5 seconds down from your leader Oswyne Wilson there with a 126.609. Takes it away from Martin Webster. Martin Webster now sitting 4/10, some 4/10 behind, almost 5/10 that there is. During the week as he was practicing, Oswyne Wilson said that this track is really addictive once you get a hang of it. So we're hoping that excitement, that comment is going to lead here to a race win for the boy Oswyne Wilson. He's been chasing that for a while now, Oswyne Wilson. Being with us here almost from the start. And he's taking it upon himself as well to livery this car. Not doing such a bad job here. He's going to take that car into the pits. Christian Rajnath as well, the Guyanese here. taking that car into the pits. Seems as though they still got a bit to change, not a lot, a bit to change on the car here. As Marlon Young comes across the line and he goes second fastest to take that position away from his teammate. Martin Webster also doing quite well there to reduce the lead of the leader. Marlon Young takes that car off track. And even though it's a small contingent here, I bet you're going to see a very competitive race coming out of these guys. Rahul finally registering a time there in 5th position with a 1:29.120. We're going to want to stick with Martin Webster here now, though, and see if he can better his time. Oh, going off track there. Well, what does his first sector say? Oh, it doesn't seem as though he's going to say much as he goes camping once again there, Martin Webster. Oswyne Wilson is back out and he sees Marlon Young not that far away in 2nd position there. And he's going to want to have to increase that lead over Marlon Young. Meanwhile, Marlon Young is back out of the pits. Christian Rajnath as well. They're all on their outlaps right now. Rahul Nasseir climbing, actually didn't climb, but Klaus Klint registers a time that puts him in 7th position, and Kurt Moss on his outlap is in 8th. We're going to stick here with Rahul as he is about to come across the line. He goes into the penultimate turn here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're approaching the 20-minute mark. Comes across the line. He does go faster with his time, but not enough to climb across Christian Rajnath, who's currently sitting in 4th position. Just want to say and make mention that Christian Rajnath is actually on a controller, while the rest of the guys here are actually on steering wheel and pedals, as Kurt Moss registers a time of 1:27.180, puts him in 4th position there, relegating Christian Rajnath, Danny and Rahul Nasseir. So yeah, Christian Rajnath is actually on a controller, and that just goes to show and is testament to the fact that you too, if you're sim racing with a controller, that's not a problem. You can actually join us. And Rahul makes a mistake, takes that car off track and out of the way of anyone else that might be coming around behind him. We're looking at Wilson now, Oswyne Wilson, representing the British Virgin Islands. Doesn't seem as though he's going fast on this lap here. Canceling it, and Marlon Young right behind him is going to look to take that first position away from Oswyne Wilson here. Some of you are wondering, why is it the contingent is so small in this Nissan Primera Cup? That's because majority of our drivers have a stark interest in our GT3 championship and our Caribbean Endurance Series championship. So it's actually Caribbean Endurance Championship. I beg your pardon. And so this class is really meant for the newcomers. But you know, if you're a sim racer and you're like some of these guys on this grid here, as Marlon Young cancels that lap, you're going to want to race everything. And that is exactly what these guys love. And as you see them signed up here for this event, they're actually signed up for the rest of events as well. And that is fine as long as you're part of the organization, as long as you're taking part in championships. You are required to race at least 2 championships in order for you to be valid out here at CSRO and for us to take you seriously. We do want to set that precedent, and we do want to set that standard, I should say, that anyone looking to join our organization must know that it's not just a regular run-of-the-mill. We want to have races out here. We want to have full grids out here, and you just wanting to come here to race once every month doesn't make sense. I mean, some of you might be that's all you can manage, and that's fine. But the reason why we created the championships to run the way it's running now is because we listened to our members. We took their suggestions there from the past year here at CSRO, and we've decided to come up with these 4 simultaneously run championships, beginning with the Caribbean GT3 series, as Kurt Moss, ladies and gentlemen, crosses the line in first position now, takes that away from Oswyne Wilson. Oswyne, however, is not that far away. You can see him now exiting the pits. He's not going to accept that, Oswyne Wilson. He's going to have to want a shot back at his pole position. Going to stick here with Oswyne Wilson, though. And Kurt Moss actually did that time on the medium tires. Imagine that. And I don't believe Kurt Moss was out on the track that long to degrade those tires as much as one would think. But here he is sitting on top of the charts here. As Oswyne makes his way around, Marlon Young goes camping. Where's Christian Raj now? Comes around the penultimate turn here. Says he's on his outlap. So he's now going to begin an a fast run here. Got Rahul. Nasseir is going to want to have to come out that bottom feed there. Currently in 7th position. His dad, Danny Nasseir, in 8th. Claus Klint finally coming across the line there in 9th. Where is Oswyne? He's now about to begin his fast lap, and I want to take you on a lap with him. That is a crazy first couple of turns there. Goes into Tracy Set Vitry, or is it Set Vitty? I really am not going to try to pronounce Croatian words at the moment. I'm just going to let you guys see the names at the top of the screen. Forget about that. But he's up here, Oswyne Wilson, by 52 thousandths of a second here. He needs 58 in order to take back that position away from Kurt Moss. And you can see the British Virgin Islands are pushing this Nissan Primera car right now. As he comes down to the fastest section of the track, he actually lost time there. Sitting some 21 thousandths of a second away. Can he make it count though on this final sector here? .126.551 is the time to beat. He crosses the line. Oh no! Just about a tenth off, but he's gonna have a go again here, Ozzy. That doesn't look too good. No, he's lost a lot of time there, and he's gonna cancel that lap. Meanwhile, Marlon Young here says he's on his outlap, wants to better the two of them sitting in front of him. Of course, his teammate Martin Webster too as well on an outlap. Christian Rajnath Finally, we see a time registered there by Jevon. I missed it. He's now sitting in 6th position here. He's not had a lot of time to practice on this track, and it seems as though he's suffering for it. We're missing a lot of drivers here from our previous race, in particular Azaad Hassan, who actually completed for the first time in the first round of our Nissan Primera Cup championship on the podium. And he's missed. Webster goes fastest with a 126.482 there, Martin Webster. Where did he get that from? And he's quite happy with that. He's going to take that car off the racing line and back into the pits. Oswyne Wilson back out, seemingly very worried now, Oswyne Wilson. He's now sitting 2 positions away from his best, his known best. Teammate of Martin Webster here now has got his work cut out for him. He's going to want to at least be on par with his teammate to be in 2nd position. Meanwhile, Kurt Moss is going to see that 69 thousandths of a second separating him from his newly found pole position just now, and is seemingly going to want to go back out. Oswyne Wilson seems as though he made a mistake there going into the first set of turns there, but we're going to stick with Ozzy now to see what he can produce here and claim back that 10th of a second that he's missing here from pole. Jevon Gunning has got his work cut out for him as being the leader of the points here, which I want to get to right now. It's Jevon Gunning with 25 points. Rahul Nasseir bringing 2nd there with 18 points. Azaad Hassan with 15. Kurt Moss coming in 4th position in that race with 12. He's got a pretty good opportunity here to capitalize on that position now. Martin Webster with a 5th place finish with 10 points in the bag. Oswyne losing out very much so at that Brands Hatch event to be in 6th position and only claiming 8th points. Claus Klint though, a surprising 7th from the Dane to get 6 in the bag. Marlon Young 8th with 4 points in the bag. Lanjay Boswell, who's not here today, in 9th with 2 points. Danny Nasseir with 1, and Afraz Ali and the closing off the charts there with 0 points. Oswyne Wilson did not improve there on his time to Martin Webster, and it doesn't seem as though Kurt Moss is going to get back out here. We're now at the 9-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen. And it's about to be crunch time. Alright, want to say welcome out to the guys there in chat. Steven Navrit and that guy Steven Bola. Welcome out, guys. And whoever else is in there, you're free to say hi to us. And I do hope you're enjoying the stream so far as Oswyne Wilson takes that car back into the pits here. He's got 8 minutes left now in the session to put that car on pole, as we're currently looking at Christian Rajnak goes even faster there with a 127.2, currently sitting in 5th position. Let's look at Marlon Young here on this lap. He is supposedly on a flyer, Marlon. if he can improve on it. On his time of 1:26.659. We're gonna see if he can improve on that. As we are approaching the 7-minute mark. Comes around the penultimate turn here. Marlon Young, teammate of Martin Webster, currently leading the charge here on the charts. Comes across the line and does not manage to go faster here. He's trying to stay out of the way. Martin Webster goes back on track. He's actually canceling too. I guess what's happening is Martin Webster is sharing setup with Marlon Young, but it doesn't seem to be working for Marlon. As I am told though, it's Marlon Young who's the one is behind the setups of the cars. And for some reason it seems as though Martin Webster is doing quite better with the setup, I suppose. We've got Oswyne Wilson back out on track here on a timed lap as well, but it seems as though he's going to have to cancel it as he brings the car around there. A little bit of rotation from the back end as it goes off track, and he goes back into the pits. Martin Webster back out on track to try and open his lead to Kurt Moss, the Jamaican who's now exiting pit lane. Oswyne Wilson directly behind him. Not sure why they did that switcheroo there, why Kurt allowed Wilson to go by. Maybe he doesn't want to go as fast as Ozzy might be out here now. Where's Marlon Young? He's coming around the double apex hairpin here to go onto the front straightaway as he's now completing the penultimate turn. We are in crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. We've got less than 5 minutes to go in qualifying session. He does not improve Marlon Young, and time is running out for him. Where is Kurt Moss now? And Oswyne Wilson. Oswyne Wilson representing the British Virgin Islands. Kurt Moss out of Jamaica. Martin Webster is out of Guyana, ladies and gentlemen. As Oswyne Wilson is now about to go on his fast lap here. I'm gonna ride with him. Can Oswyne improve on his time to put this car on pole? He's sitting some 1/10 away. Or to be more specific and precise, 127 thousandths of a second away from pole position. Meanwhile, Kurt Moss, who's right behind Oswyne Wilson, is sitting some 69 thousandths of a second away. Oh, very nice section there by Oswyne Wilson. And you can see why he says this track is addictive once you get a hang of it. You want to stay on the left hand side there, as he did, as you come down to the fastest point of this track here. Rig just after the 100-meter board. Comes around the penultimate turn now, Oswyne Wilson, and he goes into the pits. canceling that lap because it was not any faster, I suppose. But Marlon Young now, how is the Guyanese doing? He's actually now going to go on a lap. Yes, he's now going to go on a fast lap, followed very closely there by Jevon Gunning as well as Rahul Nasseir. And it's just the three of them right now on track in these last 2 minutes of the session. Ooh, Rahul cancels his lap. We're gonna ride with Jevon here right now. What does he do through the first sector? He's down through the first sector. Marlon Young is down as well by some 177 thousandths of a second. We've got Rahul now coming back out. He's just got about 1 minute 30 to get that car around to begin a fast lap, Rahul Nasseir. And that's up to speed, I suppose, to even cross the line for it to be valid. Here comes Marlon Young through the double apexed hairpin. Very huge hairpin, that is. You should see it from above. Less than a minute to go, and he crosses the line. Marlon Young does not go any faster. Jevon is in the pits. He's given up his opportunity here. Marlon Young did have another opportunity, but he messed it up there, it seems, and is now going to be back into the pits as well. Rahul Nasseir, though, with 30 seconds left and 1 lap, is going to try to better his 7th place position here. Oh, and he makes a mistake. Come around Zakrabaki. I don't know why I'm trying still. And he comes across the line now with 5 seconds in hand. Comes across the line, of course, not bettering his time, ladies and gentlemen. This is how it stands there at the end of qualifying. Martin Webster, followed by Kurt Moss, Oswyne Wilson, Marlon Young, Christian Rajnath, Jevon Gunning, Rahul Nasseir, Danny Nasseir, Claus, Klint, ladies and gentlemen. The first top 5 registered that time on mediums, while the bottom 4 registered that time on softs. We're just about ready to go racing here, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say thanks again to our viewers for coming out. I do hope you are enjoying the stream. Alright, we're just about ready to go here. And I'm going to try to put myself in a nice position here to get started. Just want to take the opportunity now to turn down the volume of our music here, provided by Fluidified on YouTube. Really nice calming songs there to get us underway.
Have a good race, guys.
Same to you, man. And everybody else.
Alright guys, well done to the qualifiers there in top positions, and Welcome out to another round of our single make cup. We lost. We seem to lost Christian. Christian, are you okay?
Okay. Every time server reset, fix my okay. So
Copy. Just be cognizant of the. What am I saying? Just remember our rules and regulations as it's governed this race, guys. Do enjoy yourselves. Good luck and have fun. Right, so reminding you guys of the format of this race, it's a 25 lap race. It doesn't seem as though they can get to the end of this race apart from a mandatory pit stop with just one stop. So they might have to do a 2-stop strategy here with these Nissan Primera cars. It is the second round of our Nissan Primera Cup Championship series, that is, and we are Automotodrom Grobnik. That's down there in Croatia. Okay, the cars are on track right now, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to set myself up here for the start of the event. And we've got the countdown going. It's about 1.5 minutes remaining until we go racing here at Automotodrom Grobnik. One minute to go. 1 minute to go. Alright, this is where the tensions build, ladies and gentlemen. And I suppose they're just about ready to go here with less than 30 seconds on the clock. Martin Webster leads the charge with Kurt Moss there alongside him. We've got 15 seconds left before the session begins. Okay, the lights are on, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We've got 6 lights now, and they're off for the second round of our Nissan Primera Cup series. Great start here, but we're seeing a move down the line with Oswyne and Rahul. Jevon, it's Oswyne Wilson losing it there. Marlon Young as well with an issue as going up the field. I'm not sure what had occurred there with who. And it seems as though Wilson is out of this one. Right by here, I'm trying to get a wider angle. It's Jevon there on the rear of. And you can see it already being broken down into 2. Claus, did Claus just lose it there? Ooh, that's Jevon. He's losing some bit of time there with. Oh, he's actually managed to keep it under control here. And is still racing here with us. We've lost Oswyne Wilson. I'm not sure if that's due to frustration or what, but we've got a move here coming in from Jevon. He's not quite close enough just yet to Kurt Moss here, but he's going to want to have to bide his time, the Jamaican. Christian Rajnath is not that far away from these two either. And it seems as though Kurt Moss is gaining on Rahul Nasseir. Right now with Kurt Moss. Ooh, a little bit too much there from Kurt Moss, but he manages to keep it under control, but loses a lot of time there to Jevon Gunning, who's right behind him, who's got to back off though. Christian Rajnath, not that far behind, ladies and gentlemen. This is a tight battle going on here for third position. Ooh, Christian Rajnath taking a little bit too much of that curb there, but is trying to stay behind these guys. And it's Jevon Gunning there, trying to get some pace there on the outside of Kurt Moss in the double apex there. As they come around the penultimate turn, it's Jevon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they just managed to bring those cars under control there through turn 1 and 2. But he's even closer now, Jevon Gunning. Ooh, having to back off there just a bit.
Hey Kurt, if you hear me, it's just like that. If you hear me, you just break on me like lag. You break like you just lag back and forth.
And he's mounting a move there now on Kurt Moss, it seems. Just Christian Rajnath doing well to stay with these guys. I explained the situation earlier to you. It's not easy racing on a controller. Does not have that much control again. Oh, he's alongside Kurt Moss now. Kurt Moss trying desperately to defend on the inside of this double apex here of Zakrabaki. I hope I'm not butchering that name. Trying to get into the slipstream now of Kurt Moss here. Jevon Gunning backs off though, as these first two turns calls for great car control, and there's no way you're gonna mount an attack through there without some major cojones. Ooh, Kurt Moss there. Almost losing it entirely, it seems. But it's great speed here they're carrying around Grobnik, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what did I just do there? I lost the feed. Back to them now. My apologies. It's Christian Rajnath, who seems quite closer now to the fun, to the action, I should say. Claus Klint managing to stay there in 6th position. Sorry, that's 7th.
Yeah, good one.
As we hear some communication there between Jevon Gunning, I believe it was, and Kurt Moss. Great sounding cars here. As Jevon is losing his pace now and falling prey to Christian Rajnath. We ride now with Christian. Look at how close he is, the youngster, to the Jamaican Guyanese here. It seems as though we've got a bad connection there from Christian. But Jevon is even closer now, and Rahul is falling prey now to Kurt Moss as well. Even closer now. Meanwhile, Martin and Webster on the 5th lap of this race has got a 3.7 lead over these three. Jevon trying to move on the outside of Kurt Moss. Kurt Moss trying to respect his pace, and he does, ladies and gentlemen. Jevon Gunning able to move up into 3rd position. Now Christian Rajnath sees an opportunity here to put his car alongside Kurt Moss. It seems as though Kurt Moss is losing pace, ladies and gentlemen. And that attack is not going to come into fruition here for Christian Rajnath just yet. He's got to bide his time. He's in a great position here. If he can just manage to hold on and pick his fight with the Jamaican smartly. Moving up now to Kurt Moss, even closer now to Jevon Gunning through this section. It seems as though this is where the Jamaican is strongest. Ooh, right up under his tail, Jevon Gunning, it seems, with Rahul Nasseir, but just for a brief second there, as camera angles gives us different perspectives of this battle. The pit window is open for their mandatory pit stop, and they've got 17 laps left to do so. Closer now to Rahul Nasseir in that 2nd position is Jevon Gunning. Martin Webster, meanwhile, with a comfortable 4.7 second lead. Look at them down the straightaway. It seems as though Christian Rajnath is trying on that outside. Martin Webster with the fastest lap of this race. And I want to stick here with Christian Rajnath just for a bit. Does he have the opportunity here? It seems as though Klaus Klint has crossed over Danny Nasseir, and he has, as Danny Nasseir is in the pits. So close, Jevon Gunning. We ride with the Jamaican now, as Rahul Nasseir makes a mistake. Ooh, and it's 2 of them coming together. Kurt Moss has an opportunity here to, yes, he does, as well as Christian Rajnath. It seems as though there's a lot of pushing and fighting going on here with Jevon Gunning and Rahul Nasseir, as Christian Rajnath and Kurt Moss take advantage of the opportunity. Rahul with even more issues now, just trying to keep it on track. He just lost 3 positions there from 2nd, places him into 5th. Quick math. Kurt Moss now in 2nd position of this race. Christian Rajnath dives into the pits here.
Heavy breathing over the comms. No idea what that is.
Bumbleclot youth.
And it's more drama here for Jevon Gunning and Rahul Nasseir. But Rahul Nasseir taking the shorter end of that stick, it seems, as Jevon has managed to go going again. But we did know that Rahul Nasseir was the one behind him. I want to apologize too for that language over the comms there from Jevon Gunning. And they're all under pressure here, it seems, at Automotodrom Grobnik. But it's Jevon Gunning coming out on top of that fight with a significant amount of damage there to the rear end of that car. Interesting to see where Christian Rajnath's... Oh, it seems as though he runs that a little bit wide there, Jevon. Interesting to see where Christian Rajnath's strategy places him when the top 5 goes to pit. Marlon Young, meanwhile, with a comfortable lead of this race, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is. I'm not seeing Marlon Young, ladies and gentlemen, on the timing charts. Seem to have lost Marlon Young. Nasseir is now in the pits. Rahul Nasseir, that is. Oh, there is Marlon Young sitting in the pits. It seems as though he's had an issue here, Marlon Young. Claus Klint crosses over Rahul Nasseir. Where is Christian Rajnath, though? Back out on the second stint strategy here. Christian Rajnath is going to want to cross over Rahul Nasseir here. And he's coming around the penultimate turn now, but Rahul Nasseir is already on a move out of the pits, ladies and gentlemen. Where is Christian Rajnath? Ooh, you can see Rahul Nasseir joining just in front of Christian there, so he doesn't do well, Christian, to make the undercut work against Rahul Nasseir. Or maybe the strategy was a bit different from Nasseir in terms of what he did. Might just be a change of fuel for now. Claus Klint is now in the pits, however. Martin Webster as well, your race leader, enters the pit as Kurt Moss crosses over into first position. Martin Webster there in pit lane now. Jevon as well in the pits. Danny Nasseir back into the pits as well. Jevon trying to mimic what I believe he sees the leader is doing.
Heavily breathing over the microphone. Extremely distracting.
Copy. Jevon, I think that's coming from you.
Can't you mute his mic, bro?
Yes, I can.
My mic is muted.
All right, we're going here again. Kurt Moss, as Jevon is back out. Martin Webster is back out. Rahul Nasseir almost getting into contention there for second position. He still is. As Martin Webster rejoins the race there in front of him. He's side by side, Rahul. Almost trying to hold his own there, but it's not enough to bring that car up alongside your previous race leader. It's a battle now in this second stint as we get back racing here after the first stops. Kurt Moss enters the pit. Kurt Moss is going to want to try to overcut here against Martin Webster. Can he get it done, Kurt Moss? Martin Webster, Rahul Nasseir, and Christian Rajnath doing well to hold on to that fourth position here, Christian. Covering that inside line is Martin Webster from Rahul Nasseir. And just trying to stay in the bout is Christian Rajnath. Not far behind is Jevon Gunning, though. Danny Nasseir as well is out of this race. Kurt Moss, ladies and gentlemen, exits the pits now. But Martin Webster is going to regain the lead of this race. Rahul makes a mistake there, runs a bit wide. Christian Rajnath has an opportunity here to take the fight to him, and he does. But it's Rahul that touches the Christian Rajnath here and sends him spinning off track. It was quite an ambitious attack there from Christian Rajnath, but what happened is going to be decided. What happened to push out Christian Rajnath? There's going to have to be looked at by the stewards. Christian Rajnath now relegated. Kurt Moss with an issue, ladies and gentlemen. Puts him into the wall and out of contention there. But it's Martin Webster who still leads this race. Rahul Nasseir just 1 second away from that top spot, and Jevon Gunnings has got them in his sights. Moss is back out of the pits now, and it seems as though he's managed to hold on to his 5th position. Not sure what had happened there with Kurt Moss. Jevon with the fastest time here of the 2 in front of him. And he's going to want to capitalize on the pace he has here to close that gap. You can say it's an easy day out here at Automotodrom Grobnik. But quite a competitive one as we ride now with, whoa, 2 wheels up in the air there for Jevon. But he just manages to hold on there, Jevon. Meanwhile, Nasseir is now under a second to Martin Webster. He's putting the pressure on the Guyanese here. And it seems as though he can manage a faster line here through the double apex. That leads them down the front straightaway. Even closer now. Almost half a second away as he mounts this attack to Martin Webster. Fastest lap by Christian Rajnath with a 1:27.748. Imagine that. Christian on a charge as well to close that gap to Jevon Gunnings. But it's Rahul Nasseir we see right now, well within half of a second here to Martin Webster for the lead. Rahul is losing time to Martin Webster. It's down this back section here. But I think what's happening is that Rahul is much better on the brakes here. Managed to open that gap now, Martin Webster to Rahul Nasseir. It's almost back to a second here. Yes, it is back to a second. And it doesn't seem as though Jevon can keep up with these guys. Instead, we've got Christian Rajnath able to close that gap to the Jamaican. Claus Klint still managing to hold on to that 5th position, and we've lost Kurt Moss here in this top 4 fight due to an accident. He did manage to get back on track. But unfortunately, he's now down into that 6th position. It's Nasseir though, under a second again here to Martin Webster. I might have had what I said about Rahul in this section here backwards. It's Rahul who's actually gaining time now, or I suppose all the time, against Martin Webster. Or Martin is actually easing and pressing here in this lead. He pulls off to the side. It's Rahul Nasseir with a dive down the outside of Martin Webster, but manages to outbrake himself through that section. It seems too much momentum, and he took that car off track. But it's Martin Webster that dives into pit lane now for his 2nd pit stop, which gives Rahul Nasseir the lead of this race. Jevon Gunning and Christian Rajnath both registering their fastest times of this race. But it's Christian Rajnath, a little bit of mistake there from the Guyanese. That's losing some time here to the Jamaican in front of him. The second round of pit stops for these three is about to come upon us. Can Martin Webster's undercut work to retain the lead of this race, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, but I'm missing out on a fight here. It's Jevon Gunning who's managed to come up against Rahul Nasseir. And we ride now with Jevon. Rahul Nasseir already taking the inside line of the entry to this turn here. And it's Jevon Gunning with an outside pass. But look at it. It's Christian Rajnath passing on to the two of them. What a move there by Christian Rajnath to put this car into first position. Jevon seemingly taken by surprise. And Christian Rajnath now leads this race. Meanwhile, Rahul Nasseir took a dive into the pit for his second stop. We're going to have to watch Martin Webster as he comes around now to see if he can regain that position over Nasseir. Christian Rajnath with a mistake though, putting Alwin, Jevon Gunning even more closer to him.
Sorry, Claus.
Martin Webster over the line and over Rahul Nasseir, who's still in the pits, ladies and gentlemen. So the undercut has worked for Martin. Nasseir is able to join though, right behind him. Looking closely at number 1 and number 2 here. The two of them are gonna have to pit sooner or later. Ooh, quite deep into that turn. There goes Christian. But it seems as though he's working for him on the exit of that double apex. He goes into the pits now, which puts Jevon in the lead of this race. How fast can Christian's pit stop be? Martin Webster's about half a lap away. Nasseir even further down. What an extraordinary pass by Christian Rajnath. I just cannot get over it. Takes two cars in one turn. What a move. Can he get going here though, Christian? To stay in second position, Martin Webster comes around the penultimate turn now. Christian does not get moving, ladies and gentlemen. So Martin Webster's undercut is going to work throughout. And against Christian Rajnath as well. Christian now gets going. And Rahul Nasseir now comes across the start-finish line. Can Christian Rajnath put this car in front of? No, he cannot. But he's close now and in contention to Rahul Nasseir. What about Jevon Gunning? Where is he at? He's on the 17th lap of this race and still needs to pit for a second round here at Automotodrom Grobnik, round 2 of our Nissan Primera Cup series. And it seems as though he is taking that car into the pits quite slowly. To the rest of the guys, that's going to make him lose a lot of time here. We've also got Klaus Klint in the pits as well. Where is Martin Webster? He's about a quarter of a lap down here, Martin. But he should be able to take back the lead of this race. If my quick math calculation is correct here, yes. As long as it's not a splash and dash from Jevon Gunning. With just 8 laps left in this race. Yes, We can see Martin Webster now coming across the line here to retake the lead of this race. Meanwhile, Jevon's not getting going yet. And we see Rahul, Nasseir, and Christian Rajnath coming around the penultimate turn now. Jevon Gunning does get going. And this is going to be a close one, ladies and gentlemen. Rahul Nasseir is clear. Christian Rajnath is clear. And oh, with just a little bit too much there, Christian. He's going to fall prey now to Jevon Gunning here. Just exiting pit lane. That accounts for 2 cut track penalties there for Christian Rajnath. And Jevon is also close to Christian. Oh, sliding his car there, Jevon Gunning. Wraps 2 gears there as Christian is having an eventful set of turns there in front of him, giving the opportunity to Jevon Gunning to put that car alongside him. They respect each other's space here, and it's a drag race down the back straightaway here. He's on the inside of Christian. Christian, oh, just a bit too much there, Christian. He does let him go by, but can that double apex magic that he's been working on the duo work again? No, it does not. Still puts him close in contention of Jevon Gunning though.
Can you please not come so close, please?
And it seems as though, because of an internet issue, he's gonna, Jevon's calling for it. But whether he can call for it or not is up to scrutiny. Claus Klint is a back marker in this fight, ladies and gentlemen, and he's trying to stay out of the way. Unfortunately, goes off track in the process of doing so. But he gets going again, and it's Christian who's probably going to have to bide his time here in this 4th position. Can Jevon Gunning call that out to him? Oh, and it seems as though he's had an issue here with Jevon Gunning. Who had the issue? Christian is waiting on Jevon to get back going here. Kurt Moss, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, goes back into 3rd position of this race. What an opportunity for Kurt Moss, who's had a very eventful time here. With 5 laps to go, is back into 3rd position. The Jamaican must have smiles from ear to ear right now, as there was an issue there between Jevon Gunning and Christian Rajnath. Christian probably just took too much pace into those sequence of turns there, and went into the back of Jevon and had to wait for him to get back in the race. However, Jevon is not that far away from Kurt Moss and still has an opportunity here to a podium position. Meanwhile, Martin Webster on the 20th lap of this race has got some 13.8 seconds of breathing space. It's going to be his first win, ladies and gentlemen, at CSRO. I do believe it is, or a second, if I'm not too mistaken. But he's doing quite fine here in the Nissan Primera class. Don't need no help from no one, is Martin Webster out in 1st position. Rahul Nasseir has done quite well to stick his car there into 2nd. And it seems as though it's been done, ladies and gentlemen. Kurt Moss with an issue. That's basically gifted 3rd position to Jevon Gunning. Rajnath now up into 4th as well. Sad it seems. Kurt Moss having a second opportunity here, has second chances. Rarely comes by in sim racing, in motor racing, let alone sim racing. And he's had an opportunity here of a rare event with a lot of damage, it seems, Just making sure, I guess, that he can still go or keep going. And it seems as though he has to pit Kurt Moss. Klint is a lap down from him, it seems. Or I think is a lap down from the leaders. So Klint still has an opportunity here to gain a position, I believe. As he comes around the second section here. Kurt Moss still is in the pits. Not sure if he's going to call it quits there. We've got 3 cars sitting in the pits right now in the name of Danny, Nasseir, Marlon Young, who didn't, I believe we did see him get into a crash, yes, at the start. And it seems as though Klint is going to have an opportunity here to gain a position over Kurt Moss. As he comes around the double apex here. Moss is not moving, ladies and gentlemen. It seems as though he's got a lot to fix on that car. And Klint has got an opportunity here, yes, to take 5th position, and he does. Take you back up the field. It's still Martin Webster in the lead of this race on the 22nd lap. Followed 15 seconds away by Rahul Nasseir, who's had quite an eventful race as well. You can see the amount of damage on that car there. This is the perfect class for you to join if you're looking to start out here at CSRO. Apart from the evaluation that we take you through and to make sure that you're a viable candidate here to race with these guys, we'll drop you into a series such as this with low-powered cars to try and get you up to speed into the championship rankings. It's not that far away, Jevon, from Rahul Nasseir. Some 10 seconds. You can reclaim that in any incident. So Rahul Nasseir's got to keep his head on, as well as Martin Webster. As Kurt Moss rejoins this race, ladies and gentlemen, gets out of the pits there now. With damage being fixed. Martin Webster, your race leader here on the 23rd lap of this race. He's got a couple more to go as he comes across he's going in for another pit stop here, Martin Webster. It seems that stint was short, quite short, or he's gonna need this. Maybe it's a fuel stop or something. Nasseir comes around the penultimate turn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a shake-up. What if Rahul does not need to pit? Will he be able to take this car to the end of the race? Pit lane is now closed. Has Martin Webster pitted under the pit lane closure? Can he even get back going, Martin Webster? I totally forgot about that. Ooh, someone there. Who was that? It's Christian Rajnath with an incident. He does manage to get going. That puts him into 3rd position. It does, Christian Rajnath. Webster gets going again though. So it seems as though he just managed to get into the pits, but it's a very bad call here. He's down into 4th position. And it doesn't seem as though he's going to be able to get back up there into the podium spots. What has Martin Webster done to his race? Meanwhile, it's Rahul Nasseir that takes the lead off this race. We're now on the 24th lap out of 25. The Canadian has an opportunity here to win his 2nd race in CSRO history. Meanwhile, Jevon Gunning is still not that far away. He's actually claiming some time here to Rahul Nasseir. Christian Rajnath has been elevated into 3rd position due to Martin's pit stop. And the leader is on the final lap. He does not have to pit Rahul Nasseir, and so does not have, and so too does not Jevon Gunning. Can Christian Rajnath hold on though? It seems as though he can, ladies and gentlemen. This was a bad call from Martin Webster. He's not that far away from Christian. If Christian makes a mistake, and we can see Christian sliding that car, or I hope he's sliding it, and it's not an internet issue. But as long as Christian can hold on here, he doesn't make a mistake, that's out for Martin Webster. But ladies and gentlemen, Rahul Nasseir with a twist in things coming down to the ending of this race. I'm still in disbelief. I'm in shock right now. It's gonna be your race winner. He's coming around the final 2 turns here, Rahul Nasseir. Sorry, final 3 turns. Now comes around the penultimate turn, and it's gonna be your race winner here. Congrats to him. Keep quiet and calm. Bring it down to the 1st turn, please. Thank you. Jevon Gunning comes across the line in 2nd position. Ladies and gentlemen, Christian Rajnath is going to come across the line here in 3rd. Martin Webster in 4th. Klaus Klint claims 5th position. And Kurt Moss there in 6th. If I can get to the winners here now. Alright. Just want to say that Klaus and Moss, you guys are not racing each other. You are a lap down Moss, so we can actually go ahead with this interview. So great race out there, guys. Wonderfully done. I saw we had a lot of incidents though, but it seems as though Martin Webster has made a folly and has gifted. I'm not going to take anything away from you guys, but it seems as though his mistake has placed you all up above by 1 position here. I'm going to start with Christian Rajnath. 2nd time, Christian, you've managed to come on the podium here. You've done well to hold on and with some mistakes here against Jevon Gunning. How did that race go for you?
The race went pretty well. This first stint went pretty well, but the 2nd stint I came into contact with Rahul. I got spun around. So I had a lot of ground to make up, and then I had an incident with Jevon. I didn't really have anywhere to go.
Hey, you got like 6 people talking at the same time on the stream.
But it was a good race. It was a really fun race.
Ooh.
Lance, I'm trying to conduct an interview here. Alright, thanks a lot there, Christian. Sorry to see that you had such an incidental race, but still managing to hold on there. And I did tell the viewers, you're racing on a controller, man. I'm very, very impressed, especially through turn 1 and 2 with the handling of this car. Jevon Gunning, you seem to have missed out on the top spot here, but still fighting to hold on to 2nd position. How was that?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Alright, so I I'm kind of disappointed with the bumps that I got, but other than that, it was a very fun race. You know, it was I never expected to even get the pole, but once the race started and I started to feel out the car and stuff like that, I realized I had this race in my hands, like literally. You know what I mean? I knew Martin messed up based on the times that I saw him taking his pits. I had pit strategy. Unfortunately, from the hits that I got from Rahul, from not being careful, seeing next to him, and then when I slid out a little bit in the rear and gained it back, Christian was lagging in my screen, and somehow he hits me, right? And then he lags over to the side. I'm not sure if y'all saw that on the stream, but I couldn't really complain about that because that's out of his control. But other than that, it was a nice race.
All right, and thanks a lot there from Jevon Gunning and Rahul Nasseir, race winner here, second time on the top spot of the podium in CSRO history. Take us through that race, young man.
Alright, lap one. Started 7th. This car could not get into the 127s as the other guys were doing, so I struggled in qualifying, got 7th. As the race started, I went 3 wide in the middle. Someone turned into me. I didn't know who. So then they both I don't know what happened, if they spun out or anything. Then I got the inside of, I think it was Kurt Moss, to take 2nd place. And then I was getting pressured by Jevon and I think Kurt as well. I was getting pressured. I finally got overtaken, and then I think around lap 6 on the front straights, Jevon just lost the back end, and I hit right into him. I had nowhere to go. And then after that, I had damage, and I decided to take an early pit stop. Took the softs on as my plan B. Took the softs, did some really good laps. Out of nowhere, I didn't realize I caught up to Martin, and he was in the hard tires, so I decided to just stay behind him. I had a decent gap to 3rd place, so I kept in front of him. I kept behind him, and towards the closing stages, put back on the mediums, went back on the strategy on lap 15, and then drove all the way towards the end. I saw Jevon spun behind me, taking out him and Christian, so that was a bit of relief because there was no way I was holding that. The tires were going off really quickly, and I had some damage in the rear. But other than that, it was a great race. And unfortunate Martin, congratulations to 2nd and 3rd. And that was a very fun race.
Yeah, I had a lot to say about it indeed. I do want to get a word there from Martin. It seems as though you messed up the strategy. What happened there?
I gotta look back at the thing. We have no idea what happened. I mean, 3-10 lap fuel is supposed to finish, and I'm looking down and the thing is saying I got 2 laps left with 3 laps to go. So I couldn't take the chance on running out of fuel because, I mean, I have no idea. We gotta look it over again. I'm gutted for Marlon because this was all Marlon's work, and we were pretty fast. And I mean, nobody was anywhere close to me in terms of lap times. I was just ticking them off one at a time. But
trust me, I would have been.
Hold on, let him finish.
But yeah, Jevon's gotta say what he's gotta say. But I was ticking them off, and I really had it in me. But that's the luck of the draw. Whatever happened there, and I'm gutted, but live to fight another day.
Indeed. All right. Thanks a lot there, Martin. I'm going to take it away now because it seems as though tensions are still high with you guys. I'm just going to step away and close the stream. I want to say thanks a lot, guys, for coming out. I want to give you the opportunity to say thanks to our viewers as well.
Thanks a lot for joining us, guys.
Oh, wait. Before y'all leave, I got to say thank you to Kurt because he helped me with the tune last minute. Big thanks to him. I definitely wouldn't have been able to keep up with you guys.
Yep, thank you for the support in the chat.
All right, thanks a lot.
Rahul.
Thanks a lot, guys. Gonna step away now from you. All right, folks, that was your second round of our single make championship. I hope you did enjoy it. I know I sure did. It's been an eventful one, and I want to say to you, I want to remind you actually that we've currently got 4 simultaneous championships running right now. Last week we had the Caribbean GT3 Championship here, and this one was the single make championship, which we're featuring the Nissan Primera Cup car, BTCC car actually, and we've turned it into a cup car right now to use as a single make championship. That being said, we've also got a special class series. Someone told me earlier this week that we made it sound like the drivers are special here with this special class series. That's not the idea whatsoever. The special class series is going to have within them different disciplines or different types of racing within that championship. So for instance, we can do drifting, we can do drag racing, we can also do rallying as well within that class. But more predominantly, what we can also do is focus on different disciplines, different other disciplines of circuit racing and different classes such as the formula class as well as the stock car classes. We're currently featuring the supercars right now from down there in Australia. We are also going to look at the GT 500 and GT 300 cars from Japan to race in this series as well. So that is why we have that called a special class. It's not going to ever be just GT cars in there. Then last but not least, anything of the sort compared to the rest of those championships. We want to keep this sacred. We want to keep this at the higher end of the spectrum. It's the Caribbean Endurance Championship, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll visit not Caribbean tracks, but endurance tracks where we'll race for 90 minutes. That's correct. 1.5 hours of team effort and excruciating pain according to some of our drivers, as they've got to sit there for 1.5 hours driving these cars around some of the most demanding tracks, endurance tracks out there. We just finished our first round there at Bathurst, ladies and gentlemen, and that was quite a fun race. You can actually go back on our YouTube channel and watch those races there from last month. I want to say thanks a lot for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Oh, also, if you're looking to support us, we've got a Patreon page that's in the description of this video that you can click on and choose to support us. We've got a $5 tier support tier that you can choose and just help us along to pay for servers, pay for to get these races going. And now added newly, we've got a $10 tier that gives you access to our Discord server. That is correct, to our Discord server. You guys will have access to a special location within our Discord server where you can actually add suggestions, take part in conversations, talk to your favorite competitors, drivers, and as well as just sharing the banter as we go along. So I want to say thanks a lot once again, guys, for joining us. And with, I hope you guys are really staying safe out there, wearing your mask, staying clean, washing your hands, and so on. It's a pretty bad time out there. I just want to say to be safe and also try to be happy in this time of darkness. Don't want to go that dark again. But thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. See you in the next one.